Hello, hello. Let me know if you can hear me. First stream 2024. Finally. Okay, let's move OBS out of there. So you guys up there? That's better. I need Notion as well. Notion. Wait. That's a bit. Okay, like this. Twitch planning. Let's see what we have today. Why is everything hidden? You guys hear this music? How do I remove this filter? Delete filter. Okay, scroll, scroll, scroll. What? First. This is going well. Can't find the planning for today. First. What? Sort by date. Descending. Delete. Groups. Very nice. Yeah, okay. Grouping removed. Now what? Come on. Okay, there we go. Cam change. I didn't change the device, but yeah, it changed. Actually, I had to set up things up again. Formatted my machine, never set up OBS again at the time properly, and I didn't have the right version of OBS. So I started it today. I knew I had all my backups. I thought it would work fine, but it didn't. By the way, the music is a bit loud for me. Yeah. So I had to set up everything, and I just like went for this one because I guess it's less blurry even though I'm further away, I guess. The setup will evolve probably, hopefully, throughout the year, maybe even the first quarter. We'll see. What's National Mint? Let's see. National Mint. You make me laugh even though I don't understand the jokes. That's how good you are at that. So Saika, how have you been? Still can't speak. Yeah, how have you been? I see you've been coding a bit of React. So still asking, when are you teaching me? I'd like to know. Okay, I don't know, I should maybe delete that message. Can I just delete the message? Well, never mind. Okay. Let me move that up here like this. Royal Mint of Spain. Yeah, still no heists. We're all good. All right, yeah, the planning for today, quite a few things. So there's the vision board maker I'm building for a student slash client. We're going to have a look at that. It uses Vue, but really it's mainly making use of fabric.js. So that had beard is kind of remind me. Okay, yeah. You think I'm the professor? If I'm the professor, then who are you in the crew? Yeah, so that vision board maker, initially, maybe I showed it last year on stream. It's related to, sorry, what am I saying? It started as an experiment on GPT, trying to see how far GPT could get us, but it went with the native API, the Canvas API. I went really far, like not just with GPT, but my own implementations, building on top of what GPT gave me. But at some point it got too complex. Adding rotations to the image and all that make it like so messy, and it was crazy. So I'm using Fabric.js now. That part, image rotation, resizing and all, looks great, but now I have to add back the other stuff I've added. Okay, now I have a new name, so I'm either the professor or Messi. Yeah, okay, I'll take that. I'll take that. Thanks. How are you, son? How was your meeting? We were just having a look at the schedule for today. Professor Messi, yeah. 4 down, 2 left. Wow, okay. That sounds like a great night. All the best. So, Saika, are you saying that my code is messy? Is that what you mean by Professor Messi? Not nice. See, you made Sun cry, calling me Professor Messi. That's really bad. Yeah, Son, I was saying, we're going to have a look at the vision board. It's like a small project I'm building for a student. That project, yes, is using Vue.js for all the HTML and CSS like layout, but it's mainly using the Canvas API. That's where the focus is. Yeah, using Fabric.js because it's so much simpler to handle the Canva UI part. But it broke a few things. We'll have a look at where the project is at and what's the intention of the project. Next, we have updates on the game night. Yeah, it's really Fabric.js. It's really nice, basic Canva helper, let's say. It's quite powerful as well. Yeah, so the game night updates. I'm trying GPT-4 Turbo Preview. So that's the name of the model. I've updated it on the back end. I don't know if it's that much faster. We'll have a look. We'll generate questions. You guys let me know how quick it is. It can take 45 seconds. It did at some point take me like 100 seconds, so I don't know. Saika, you're still building the plane ticket manager. Yeah, that's cool. In React, less cool. Brave though. Yeah. And also, since the backend for the pop quiz is just Express, I managed to make it run on the Bun runtime now. I'll explain why it's better for me, but in a nutshell, it lets me run the TypeScript files directly. I don't know if it's compiling it, like transpiling it ahead of time or whatever, but it's so simpler to use Bun, run your TS files. You don't need to set up the transpiling step to JavaScript, and I think it's easier to debug as well. If you ever use the debugger, I'm trying to not use debuggers for backend development now and try to go with logs. I'll let you know how that goes over the weeks. And yes, we'll test the game and we will end with the front-end attendance verification PR. That's for frontend.mu. Son, if you have another meeting coming up, maybe we could have a look at the PR first, or whenever you feel like we should take 30 minutes to have a look at it. At that, we can do that. And basically, I again failed with buying domain. What do you mean fail at buying domain? Did you not buy it, or are you facing issues with buying the domain? FPT, do you mean FTP? That would be the file. Oh, FTP, yeah, FTP, file transfer protocol. I think there's FTPS, which is secure. You could try that. But I guess you mean you're not using the modern workflow where you commit to Git and then your hosting platform would have a webhook detecting that change and doing all the changes for you and deploying. Did I get it right? With any changes to a project, I need to push it manually. Yeah, I mean, some people still do that. Some projects still work like that. There are advantages of doing differently, like doing it with the delegated process. But if it works for you, it's fine. And you're working alone on the project, so yeah, don't worry. I was going to switch so I can have my own Vercel. Yeah, you can try that, but I failed. Why did you fail? Was there anything very complex or something you just couldn't understand? I mean, yeah, you can leave it like that for a week or two and then try again. Skill issue, yeah, definitely, but fixable, I'm sure. Fixable skill issue. Was buying domain with server. Okay. Hey, let's open VS Code. And before VS Code, actually, let's open, what is it? Fabric.js. Are you using the new Cosmic desktop? No, I don't think so. I didn't update recently. Like, does it come with an update in PopOS or do I have to install it manually? Okay, let's dark mode that thing. I think it's a major update, so probably not update. Yeah, I think it will come with the next release of PopOS. Not really worried. I heard it's good, but I haven't checked it out at all, so it's not out yet. Oh, okay. It's like in pre-release or something. Look at that loader. Wait, you mean on something on that page, or let's see. Cosmic desktop. Oh, yeah, and yeah. Yeah. I mean, we'll see. when it comes out. Let's focus on Fiber or Fabric. Why do I call it Fiber? I don't know. Fabric.js. Powerful, simple JavaScript canvas library. It's not maintained anymore, I think, because if you npm fabric, yes, yeah, 2022. Googly eyes loader. Yeah, kind of. Yeah, so the last release was in 2022. Oh, okay. Oh, I missed that. What did I miss actually? Let's check the GitHub. My bad. It's probably still maintained. 3 weeks ago, dev containers. Yeah, so there's still some maintenance on that. So yeah, I guess it's fine, right? So you can easily manipulate objects like images, shapes, and all that. You can, yeah, I don't know why you would want to do that, but most importantly, you can rotate stuff. If you click on one of them, you bring it to the top automatically. You can export things, and you can even export to JSON. So it has everything I need actually. Docs. The API is not straightforward at times. GPT-4 does quite fine with it, but yeah, it's not like web development as we're used to. The search is not great. It's like powered by Google. It's weird, but I mean it works. Hey, something nice if someone is looking for an open source project and they're getting started maybe with the web or a few months in or something like this. How about contacting the maintainer and suggesting like a modern solution for the hosting with internal search and all of that? Could be great. No padding, yeah. I don't think padding is the biggest problem here, but yeah, good catch. Good catch. Let's check the demos. Anything that I would need? Yeah, this, and yeah, that's basically the only thing I needed. That one was fun. Oh yeah, Superscript. Well, that's for text. I guess there's a bug there. Or is there? I don't know. That one has a bug, probably. But yeah, you can do useless. Well, seemingly useless here, but you might have a use case for things like this. But yeah, basic object manipulation here. That's what I needed. This one keeps the aspect ratio. These, and it's the annoying thing, it works the same in with images, like it distorts the image. But then you can also add custom controls, which I'll need actually the delete. Would be cool for some chemistry or cloud-based websites. Oh, this tool, probably, yeah. But yeah, so I'm using that, changing the code at the moment. It's on a separate branch, but it's breaking things. Oh, the stickman in particular. Yeah, probably. Okay, let me open the project. And then I can have that full screen, move you guys down. Okay. Yeah, it's still loading. Yeah, you can see the zip script that I use to send the code to GPT-4 sometimes for analysis or whatever. But okay, yeah, we're on the branch fiber, but it should be named fabric. So okay, let's have a quick tour. Wow, this is slow. Ghibli music spotted. Hey, I hope it's DMCA free, by the way. Yeah. Oh yeah, I think it's... they are recreating it, so I guess it's not exactly the music, but we can still recognize it, yeah. Okay. So basic app.view, importing a few components. We have the Canva handler, the tab, not important. Toolbar, not important for today, and upload handler. Yeah, well, you can upload images. You can drag images into that. Might be broken. Template, super simple there. Okay, let's dive into the Canvas handler. Very simple here because all of the magic happens in use Canva. Just a note, before I was using the ref a lot with the direct.js code, but now I use the ID to mount the Fiber instance. Probably still have that code in there, by the way. Draw grid, yeah, that's probably not. Oh yeah, still in use. For inputs with MUI. Change that for names. Why did you change things for names? IDs are fine. Especially if you're targeting one in particular. Okay, where is the interesting part here? Okay, here's how I do it. I don't know, we might not need that for now. Yeah, on mounted. Yeah, we need everything to be mounted to have access to a canvas. It directly picks the ID here. That's not the best. I wish we could have something like this, like a query selector, but hey, it works. Because name for input works full input element while ID was buggy. Okay, makes sense. Right. So we have our instance of Fabric here. You can give different configs, right? And then you have different events. So this is the only thing I needed to get started, right? No need for those events. Yeah, my apologies. There's a for each generated by GPT and never got to change it, but it's fine. It's on the initialization. So yeah, so I have a list of images in IndexedDB, creates a new instance of a Fabric image and adds it there. So it's super simple as well to place it. Probably I will need to think of, you know, if you drag and drop, not here, but if you drag and drop, maybe positioning it well on the canvas, not at 0, 0. Anyways, yeah, so if we check, we have this for the initialization and this loop to add things to onto the canvas. So code Yeah, great name. Oops. Oh yeah, it's a Vue CLI project. I'm using PNPM, by the way, because why not? And I had problems with NPM, problems with PNPM, problems with Bun. They are all terrible depending on the project. For example, if I use FormKit, for some reason it breaks with Nux and whatever it's trying to link things. PNPM does that. I don't know why. If I use NPM, it works like a charm. Weird, I know. Okay, well, yeah, let me open that up. Switch, go back there. Yeah, well, yeah, I have some code there. I have this here. You might recognize this one. And no, it's broken again. What's wrong? Oh man. So I have one bug. So I'm glad bugs are back on this channel. Why is it not? Yeah, of course, everything is broken. Yay. Oh, okay. Now it works for some reason. So you can rotate or whatever. And it all works fine. Right. But then if I zoom, it resets everything. And then if I click outside, it resets the zoom on the Fabric instance, but the zoom value in Vue is still maintained. So that's where I am right now. If I go to the different branches, you would see that I can delete, but it's very imprecise in terms of targeting the handles and all that. I can somehow rotate, but it's not very reliable. So yeah, so that's why I changed to this one, but yeah, not working great. Anyways, the idea of the project is for you to be able to create your vision board instead of using pen and paper and whatever. You would have a dedicated tool where you can add images onto that. Just drag and drop. You can move them around, resize them, scroll, rotate, etc., right? And then when you're done, you export the image either as an image, or if you want to share that whichever way, or have it editable, or you want to share the raw file, the other feature would be to export the JSON, exactly how Excalidraw does it, right? So that would be the idea. But yeah, nothing crazy in terms of functionality there, but to develop that, it's not straightforward. So the last thing I did was to hook to all those events, because depending on the event or the chaining of events, that's where I need to update the image in IndexedDB. I think one of the possibilities is that the changes I do in the browser are reset when Vue re-renders the component, basically. That would be my guess. More investigation needed, but that project should be done by end of March. So you will be able to log in with your Google account, let's say, and then you'll have your accounts. You have different boards maybe that you could work on, and the goal is to have your vision board there. Yeah, I know as developers, designers, we can do that on Figma and all of that, but keep in mind that's targeted at the general population, not tech-savvy people. And yeah, well, it's a quick experiment. It's the first try at these kind of tools. Potentially, we could think of a paid version where if you have no inspiration, you have no images, but you know the different elements that you would want to have in your storyboard, then we would prompt generative AI to give you suggestions for images that you could integrate in there. That's for after the first version with your own images is up and running. But yeah, so Fabric.js, you just need to install it, import it, and then you can initialize it like that. You give it the ID of the canvas you have in your project, do that unmounted, and it works. And then you can add images, you can add elements to the canvas, you can draw a grid. Let me show you how I draw the grid. So this is checking whether there is a grid already, and it would remove it. Yep. Then Fabric instance add, you can add a new line, and well, yeah, the API is much nicer than using the raw low-level canvas API. Yeah, I deleted lots of code related to this Canva API directly. So yeah, there you have it. That was the first project I wanted to talk about. So that's done. Mr. Sunshine. PNPM with UCLI project. PNPM with UCLI project. Yeah. Well, I'm using my OLED TV with... Which one is the OLED TV and which one is the VGA cable? I wonder. And question, what is your package manager of choice at the moment for your personal project? And what do you use at work? I'm out of the contract at the moment, so for those freelance projects, I can choose whatever I want. Okay, let's have a look at game night. It's not really game night, it's pop quiz workspace. Okay. So we'll have a look at the API, but I will show you a few things in the front-end project as well. Right, so not much has changed in the code, but if we go to the AI questions file, let me close everything and open that one. Okay. Important thing about OpenAI, I've updated from version 3 to version 4. So the types have changed a little bit. Code has changed a little bit, but in a nutshell, it's pretty much the same. You don't have completion.data.choices, it's directly completion.choices. And some other things have changed up there. So you create, and here I guess, yeah. So you have different possible models here, right? 3.5, 3.5 turbo, or at different dates. You have the 32K. I guess that's the one with the larger messages that you can send. why not? But that's not what we need right now in our project, so I'm just using this. Should be faster. Right, and that's about it. There's some error handling that I've changed and all that, but yeah. Otherwise, this is the main change in the code. I said in the code because, yeah, okay, let's close that. Because now you can see we have a bunlock file. That's for later. The tsconfig has changed. I think this little thing here. We don't have a dist anymore because we're not transpiling anything. We just do bun run and it works. Yep. Start and dev have changed. It's super simple. Actually, the funny thing is, okay. One sec. Let's open a terminal. Code. I can do pnpm dev and it would still run it with bun. That's pretty neat. And as I'm doing dev, okay, yeah, connected to Mongo. As I'm doing dev, it will watch it. So if I what? Okay, that was a weird behavior. Anyways. Log. I changed the code. Whoa, where is it? Yeah, change the code and I save it. What? Okay, now it's not working. Super interesting. Wait. Oh, there it was. Well, yeah, something happened. And now I comment it out. Express connected, and it will say Mongo connected without the log. There you have it. So these were the two main changes in the backend. Trust me, it's so much faster as well. Not in terms of running the code, that I don't know. It might be even slower. I don't know. But it's so much faster to iterate over the code now. So that's really cool. And I will try to do that for the game night itself, the project. Right. Okay. Enough of that one. Oh, come on. There. CD. There. Dev. So now interesting changes are in the code. In components, and I've just done the change yesterday. Okay, we don't need that anymore, so we can go back to this. Yeah, so I've changed some components and I've added .server to the name, and they are directly, well, they are generated on the server and then shipped to the front. So they're not shipped as JavaScript, they are pretty much shipped as HTML, let's say. It's just getting started, so I haven't tested the power of that yet. And I don't know how useful it can be in that kind of projects, but we'll see. And to configure that, you need to go to Nuxt config. Yeah, not that part. That's for the coach generation. You just need to set up experimental and islands true. That's it. That's all you need to do here, and it works fine. Well, I'll see on other different projects and see how that works. But yeah, it's been pretty nice, and that's all of the changes I think so far on the game. So testing the game night, we don't have a lot of players around, so maybe I'll wait. Son, let me know if you're still in the chat. We can have a look at the PR attendance if you're still around. I will just check that off screen. That up there. Okay. My computer is dying, by the way. It's almost dead. Okay, who's eating up all of the resources? Is it Discord? What? Spotify? And Chrome, of course. Okay, yeah, great. I guess I have to hide the player. Did that help? I guess it helped. Yes, okay. Now it's OBS at 10%. That's a lot. And then Discord. Really? Yeah, that's way too much. Let me close it. Let's see now. Now Spotify. Yeah, it's so weird that Spotify is so high. I guess it's a Chrome app. Let's see. If we do not have this, have it super small. Yeah, we can't have it smaller than this, I guess. What does it say now? So weird. I guess that was that. Now let's check the RAM. Yeah, this really not needed. Okay, thank you. Okay, RAM usage is all right. Okay. Yeah, so I guess we don't have Sun in the chat anymore. But I guess we can still have a look. Oh, I would need to pull the project and all that. Yeah, we can do that now actually. Let's have a look. Let's close project, okay. Whoa, what happened? Okay. Implementing RSVP verification. Description. A user A is able to log in on the frontend.mu website via Google. Given that login is successful, a record of user A is created in the backend of frontend.mu. User A is assigned the role SSO. Yeah, okay. Okay. Picture of this. Oh, okay. Well, never mind. All right. Current RSVP process. A user visits an event and completes the RSVP process for that event, and entry is inserted in the RSVP table for that RSVP action. Makes sense. RSVP table, user ID, event ID, preferences, name, profile picture, verified. Ah, okay. So the verified has been added to the table, and that issue, which will become a PR, would need that field to be updated, but in a secured way. The user is allowed to update his own preferences and view all of his columns. Another user is allowed to see the name, profile picture, and verified of all users. A user is not allowed to update his own verified column for now. Well, yeah, makes sense. How would verification work? The verified column is currently unused. This Boolean field would be allowed to be updated by role admin. Makes sense. RSVP to older meetups. Allowing RSVP to older meetups could lead to abuse or fake data. Using the verified column, we could verify who actually attended, because organizers have a list of past attendees. Okay. Counting attendance in current and future meetups. When a user B, comes to a meetup, a person with role admin can then update the verified column of user B in the RSVP table. Yes, makes sense. This can be done manually, but of course it would be nice to have some kind of QR code scanning process that makes this happen under 5 seconds. Elaborated further in section expanding on RSVP verification. Okay. Badges on user avatar. By the way, let me stop those ads. Just got reminded that I have ads. Affiliate. No. Oh, monetization ads. I don't think I've earned anything anyways. So ads are off. Yep, back to the stream. No. Stream manager. Okay. How do I minimize? Oh, come on. Nope. Stream manager. Okay, minimize that part. Okay, we're back. Good. Where were we? Badges on user avatars. Verified users can have badges on the profile to show which meetup they really attended. Yep, that's nice. Expanding on RSVP verification. If we're able to implement attendee ticket feature, okay, we could include a QR code that contains the user ID and event ID in the ticket. Yes. Then we read these information to identify which column to update in the RSVP table. Yes. And then update the verified field for that row. Yep, that makes sense. It's all good. So not yet assigned to myself. Let's pull the code. Good, yes. Well, I need a terminal for that. Code. Okay, yep, that was quick. Wait, did it clone the project? Yeah, okay. npm I. Whoa, wait. What? Oh, sub dependencies. Okay. Unmet peer dependency. What are you talking about? Well, let's see. Go. I can type as usual. No, wait. Let's do that again. Come on. Package. So that's working fine, I suppose. Oh, we need error handling there. I forgot what's the... Is there a way to log in? I forgot. I don't have that. Maybe in the README? Nope. Help! Yep, so I can't log in yet, so I can't really test things. But not much I can do, I guess. Yep. So back to the issue. Let's check the code. Wait, what would I need? Task list. Command. File. Hey Strands. Not a new setup, it's just that I moved the camera. Well, yeah, okay, technically it's a new setup in the sense that I have an actual monitor mount, but I don't have room left to have the camera facing me, so the camera is at an angle, the webcam actually. And I didn't want to zoom again because it makes everything blurry and you just can't see me. I'm there. So I'm not lost or whatever. So I guess that works. How have you been? I have only one question. Oh, yeah. Hey, I haven't shown that to the camera yet. Let me unplug it for a second. And there it is. I guess you can see it. Very pretty. Are you seeing my pretty laptop? Oh, keyboard. It's just a keyboard. It's a nice keyboard. It's a nice keyboard. It's pretty and it works great. By the way, I use crypt swap or whatever to encrypt the files on the laptop, so that's the only reason I need to use it wired. Yeah, you won't see the wire, but it's wired. Yeah, it's pretty. Hey, send a picture of your keyboard, the one you're using. Send it in the Discord. I'll show it there. Are you coming to the next front-end coders meetup? We'll have a keyboard corner. It's gonna be nice. Let me get it white again first. Okay. It's Dusty White. The new shade. Your new keycaps shade. Dusty White. Is it grayscale? Oh, wait. Organic white. No, that sounds wrong. Can we mute that in the replay? That'd be great if we could mute that, because yeah. Yeah, because when I clap in the microphone, you directly go somewhere else. So I can't imagine like organic white, what you're gonna think, you know? Keep your degen colors to yourself. Yeah. I mean, most of my keycaps are gray anyways, so not dust proof, but dust discrete or whatever. I don't know. Anyways, I was reading this issue from Sandeep. So we have the RSVP feature working, but now we're trying to have a verification feature working. And the nice part about it would be that in Fine, we would have like one of the organizers with a phone scanning on the other person's phone, let's say the ticket with the QR code or something, and that would automatically add a verified, well, update the verified field in the table so that we know that they are actually attending, if that makes sense. So yeah. Definitely still look better than mine after Code of Destiny. I hope so. I hope it would look good. So implement the admin rule profile send slash show. Wait, that's not enough information. There's something else they could have done. We are open to suggestions, actually. Even these tasks are like suggestions from my bot, I guess. Oh, maybe I shouldn't add that here then. Remove the task list. Foursquare, yeah, vaguely. Why? New wrap for admin users. This can go. Scan ticket route opens your good reader. The admin to scan these ticket on their phone. Considerations. We might want to geolocalize. It's going to ask me for a Z. Okay. Oh, it's just plain wrong. Geolocalize the scan the QR code to match the event's location. And the rest I've forgotten for now. Wouldn't that verify your presence? Basically, you tag your current location at the current time with it. Oh yeah, well, our ideas match actually. Wouldn't that verify the presence if current location matches the event and current time matches? Oh yeah, the time frame as well. We might want to timestamp to the code as well. Yeah. To generate the timestamp the backend. Backend. So all you would need is a link that attendees go to. It catches both timestamp and location and verifies the info. If successful, get a candy. That's a big candy budget, but you could see it would save the hassle of having some kind of bounce at the door to scan the codes. Yeah, the link idea is interesting. The timestamp still would be generated on the back end. Yeah. Thing is, let me think. If we want geolocalization, which we want actually, because else it's still very hackable. No, if we don't have any sort of location, you know, if it's just the event ID and user ID, well, it's not great, I guess. If someone like physically gets hold of the device, you know, whichever way, and they're able to scan. Yeah. So we want geolocalization, so we want it to be generated on the fly. So on the front end, essentially, geolocalization anyways. But the timestamp, I would like that to be coming from the back end. I've been time hacked last year. Not forgetting that lesson. Yeah. Well, I guess there can be some sort of protection on the back end. I don't know how Directus works, but maybe Directus can... No. I wouldn't count on all that, so yeah. So I'm adding some considerations here. So Avenue route, okay, opens the QR code reader on their phone. So let's say option 1, option 2, have a link. Yes. Why not? Because we didn't think of it. But yeah, we could do that. Then it takes care of. But I guess the whole idea of ditching directors is to not have like an additional body on top of the database, which isn't going so well, by the way, because we don't know how to get the base, like the public user data from the Google profile now that we're using directors. No, we're not ditching directors. Last time I checked, we're not ditching directors. We're actually doing the Google sign in with directors, but directors just gives the confirmation that the user exists, nothing else. So I personally don't like directors anymore. Blind database that, yeah, sort of like, hey, this Google user, this person provided like an actual valid Google profile, but you don't get the photo, I think you get the name, but you don't even get the photo, which is annoying. I mean, I guess at some point we could go back to having Supabase or any alternatives, right? But just think more on the structure and all that. Think about it long term at this point. Supabase or anything like I don't know, is there like AstroAuth or something like this? I don't know, NextAuth exists, so Astro, like an Astro flavored of that would work, so that we can get enough user data. By the way, I just mentioned Vercel Edge functions because the website is hosted on this. Yeah, so that could make sense. But yeah, having user data, like at least the photo and then the whole name and all that would be great. Yeah, exactly. So you can suggest that. Maybe I can suggest that in here. We'll see. But first, have a link that that is enabled at the beginning of the meetup. It while in you has verified the link will send the coordinates of the device, the backend, the time stamp, if both information valid. Is it proper English? I don't know. User is that's verified. The back would be an universal edge function. But the versal edge function would need director's authentication in a way. It would need access to do you want me to tag you in there? Cool. Yeah. So edge function directors. Yeah. Well, I'll let the directors guys handle that part of the research. I know nothing about directors and I don't want to spend much time there for now. What's going on with that scrolling? Scrolling was not working. Okay, now I can scroll. You're on the same boat, yeah. I have enough backends to manage at the moment. Well, I'll have more in a bit as well, so yeah. Okay, option 1, new route, scan, okay, opens the QR. Same admin, blah, blah, blah. Have a link, that's option 2. Yeah. 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 How can I specify that? Yeah, that works. Don't need that anymore. I guess that's fine. Questions. How to authenticate the versal edge function as here this admin. Geolocalization, I don't see any issue with that. It will just be numbers or text. And I guess the edge function could work either way. But see, your solution is a very good discrete UX, but it's harder to implement, probably. The other one is easier to implement, but not as nice. Yeah, probably terrible terminology used here. Like, what I mean is that the user experience is like, it's just on your phone, you do it as a grown-up and it works. We have all the guards for it to work only within the conditions that we want. And that's it. The other one is more collaborative. We need some admin person. Big boy put on their shoes type of thing. Yeah, exactly. And it's still as valid. Is there another question? Yeah, because I need at least 2 questions. Comment there. Edit. Yeah, of course, it's always a good question. Can we have some food? I guess it's a simple database update. Role admin, scan. We would still need timestamping. Is that a word? We still need to create the timestamp on the back end. Where? Hey, Agent Bond, how are we doing? Nice to have you here. We're doing some open source work. Would you happen to know anything about Vercel, Edge functions, and Directus authentication? You would help us greatly. Yeah, well, funny thing is me too, at least as a streamer. It's been a while. Setup is still broken. Well, more broken than before. That's what I meant. Can you tell again? Yeah, sure. So, yeah, sure. I'll give you a bit of context, right? We have the RSVP feature on frontendcoders.mu. Now we want to add some kind of verification, some sort of, let's say, of attendance. We have the table which is updated. We have a new column, verified. So the idea would be that when you come to the meetup after having placed your RSVP, when you come, we mark that as true, essentially verified true. There are some quotes we need like you're there, and it's only an admin that can do that, right? Yep, role admin here. So instead of having like a dashboard and whatever and finding the user manually, it'd be great if we had a different way of doing that. The one we thought of with Sandeep was having the admin actually scan the attendees QR code, then automatically, you know, server updates the database and the user is marked as verified for that event. Yeah, so then Strands suggested something maybe much nicer, which we would have a link that the attendee would visit, and it will only work when the meetup has started, and it will only work if your geolocalization matches the one for the event, right? So the link, so the front end will generate the link, will add the geolocalization to the link, and then it sends that to some backend. We don't know which one yet. The backend generates the timestamp. We combine those two, we make those all the checks that we need. Location is all right, the timestamp it's still within the meetup, and you're marked as verified. So since the website is hosted on Vercel, Strand suggested Vercel Edge functions, which is nice. What I know of the existing code right now is that we have a Directus instance that is used for the database and the authentication and everything. So the question is, would you know, or would you have an idea of how to have the Edge function authenticate as an admin against Directus so that it can update the database? This one also works, but we need to make sure that everyone's location is on. Yeah, so I think this would be like the first, like the primary workflow, and option one, the ticket scan, would be the backup. But in any case, even with the ticket is not enough. Like, for more security, you would have to activate your location. And again, it's not mandatory. It's not like we kick you out if you don't mark yourself as verified. It's just that for you to be marked as verified, we need the location from your device. So you just activate it, we do the scan, or you click the link, and then you can turn it off. Think of it this way, there's always an intro Sun does at the beginning of each meetup. Yes, that's the perfect occasion to prompt people to do that. In exchange, you get the Wi-Fi code or something. Hey, that's nice. We could add that, right? So if you're not verified yet, you get the link, but once you're verified, in some field in the backend or somewhere, some nice interface, when you get at the location, you have tested the Wi-Fi as an admin, as an organizer, you can then add the field there, right? So in the database we have, whoa, that sentence is weird, because in the database we have the Wi-Fi password for that location. Got to delete that at the end of the meetup. But yeah, so you either have the link to verify yourself, or you get the password to the Wi-Fi. Okay, we'll come back to that Wi-Fi password thing. I'm not sure. Yeah. But I don't know how the public place would feel about that. Like, everyone in the area would come grab the Wi-Fi, or they can change it, but not all places have, like, you know, the tech person to change the password for the day or for the duration of the event. Anyways, the main focus now is, do we know how to do that? You know, I don't think GPT would be of help in that case, to be honest. It doesn't know enough about directors, I think. Anyways, I won't be the one handling that part. I will do more of the front end aspect, I think. You know what? I'll add that comment for now. Yep. Right. So, Yasir, how's content creation going? How's Gemini, since it's recent and more powerful than GPT? Gemini. Let's see. We can try. No, not that one, I guess. Wrong journey. Yeah. Let's see, without context. How does it work? Let's see. Let's just talk to it like a human. Okay. Something more your setup. Is it? I don't know. I'm just trying. Offers various authentication, JWT, session based. Oh, API keys. Yeah, okay. So I guess we'll use the API key. Role management directors allows as necessary permission to. Okay. Sort of, not a genius. Well, it's decent. And is that one free to use? And what's the difference with the advanced? I'm probably not going to switch to Gemini Advanced anytime soon. For 2 months, okay. Well, definitely going to start. I can test it for 2 months side by side. Yeah. Yes, that's the thing, you know? I can try that. Let's see. Let's see if the answer is different. You know, I can try it for free for 2 months, and if I'm using it every day and way more than GPT-4, then I can think about it. But GPT-4 is nice, like, you know, for doing financials and stuff like that. Consider if authenticated with the admin role, it's true. Off the edge provides better control. Traditional. Yeah, I'm trying to get context myself, to be honest. But give me a second. I like that it gives advice that's clear, concise, still kind of complete. Okay, let's try something else. Let's try this. Nah, that would be too much. Wait. Just this. I'm feeling a little bit lazy and I don't actually want to give it like a very proper context. I want to see from what I give it, how does it respond. Okay, first thing, it's super fast. Wait, did I? Okay. Okay, it minimized that, so the UI is quite nice. Okay, yes. Yes, okay. Still robust framework. Ah, it still wants the backend API. Or expose serverless, okay. This desaturated dark is not a nice dark theme, actually. Oops. Yeah, well, never mind. The user doesn't exist, create a user, okay, blah blah blah. Upset an entry, okay. So I guess we need the backend anyways. Yeah, in any case, we need a backup of a backup. Like, let's say first scenario, it's the link and we have the backend and everything. I can write that backend probably. Second thing is the person doesn't want to click that link or whatever. We want to scan the QR code. But that QR code without the location, worthless. So I guess there's, well, not worthless because they are, I guess if it's secured and we have the timestamp and it's an organizer scanning the QR code, then maybe it makes sense to not have the geolocalization. Like, hey, I don't want to turn on my location, can you scan my ticket? Fair, not fair, I don't know. Like, is it enough? I don't know. Next is, I don't have my phone at all, but I'm on the RSVP list. You can see my photo, you can see my name, it's me. Use the database interface and update me manually. We can do that during the break, I guess. Yeah. Make sure. Yeah, it's describing everything. It's quite nice. It's actually good. Well, good first impression of Gemini Advanced. Oh, and you can read it. Let's see.
Unfortunately, there's no foolproof, out-of-the-box method to directly authenticate a Versal Edge function as a Directus role_admin. This is primarily due to security design considerations within Directus itself. Why not directly? Access token sensitivity.
It's not bad. I dislike the theme deeply. It's, well, I must say, like, the Docker theme of GPT was nice, but now it's kind of crap as well. So this is dark, this is light. But the dark theme was kind of green, saturated into green, and the contrast was a little bit better. Now they're both desaturated, it's not great. But this one is more black, closer to black on white, which is not super pleasant in the environment I'm in to read. You know, like a bodyguard at the entrance of a private concert, but digitally. So what do you mean, but digitally? What's the... Because we don't... Actually, right now, we don't need... Well, in a sense, we do need the attendance for our own stats. But the incentive is that the attendee would want to get verified. And yeah, during the break, people could get verified as well. Like, we could encourage them to show the badge and all that and mark them. We should be very reluctant to do manual updates, because else after a few meetups, everyone would just say like, yeah, just add me on the database, you know, wink, wink. I'm like, you know me, right? You've seen me a few times. Yeah. Anyways, yeah, I'm gonna play with Gemini. Maybe I'll write a plugin that changes the theme or something. I don't know. I could do that live someday, when I'm not swamped with projects. Maybe Thursday. All right, we're reaching the end of the stream, I think. What time is it? Yeah, we'll end in a few minutes. I just want to show you like a big news that I announced. Why is it logging in again? Okay, I have two Discord instances for some reason. quit that, open that one, mark that as red. It's in there. Yeah. So let me just do a screenshot of that. It's better. Pictures, screenshots. There you go. Well, I can close all of that. Yeah, so I don't know if it's going to be this Thursday, probably not. Wait, I don't see my chat anymore. Life is good. Well, to be honest, last week I realized I was going through a burnout while the project was the project I was working on was like the team was kind of exploding. Well, these things happens in startup setups and all that. Super small team, just one team. Yeah, I realized like, yes, I was working long hours and super hard, and you know, it was quite challenging, but I still feel like it's not the whole story for burnouts. And I've heard and I agree with the idea that burnout is happen when, okay, you work hard, but also you feel like your work is not valued, not being valued at all or very little, and it can also be a perception. And one of the reasons I left the project I was working on is that there was a big shift in the team. Like the CTO left, and it was mostly the architect taking the lead on the work, and that would leave me with not enough work to do, like work that I could do and I could be producing enough value. Like I was partly pairing with the CTO with the big rework of some features, and those pair programming sessions were intense for my little brain, right? Then I had some features of my own that I would handle, but I was getting at the end of that. And also I just had like a few tasks and few pages of documentation I would have to write with regards to the view code that would be kept. And yeah, that was where I could produce the most value. That was where I was most useful with my profile. But the rest would be super advanced code that I wouldn't want to take the responsibility alone. And the rest would be lots of React implementation. So the balance was all broken. And to me, I felt like, yeah, it doesn't make sense for the project to have me work there, like over the weeks, right? So I finished everything I had to, then gave my resignation. Yeah, but even then, when I was doing the documentation and all that, well, it's never pleasant, but yeah, I realized I was reluctant to get in front of my computer and work on that project and all that. And even, you know, I mentioned that I would stream like even last week, I think, but yeah, I wasn't feeling, yeah, no. I dreaded it, like even preparing for the stream and all that, which is generally fun for me, but yeah, so I realized, yeah, and you're going through a burnout. Not a huge one. It could have gone like much deeper than that, but I'm glad I managed to recognize that now. Like it's far from the first. But yeah. Then I got the idea of looking for psychologists who would want to talk about these on stream, and I found one. yeah. So yes, here, if you have any questions ahead of time, please share them with me. I'm preparing that. I'm thinking maybe Thursday next week. So on the 22nd, would have like a whole hour, more or less, depending on the response of the audience and all that, with that psychologist. So she would probably do a 15-20 minutes presentation, maybe. Before that, I would have like a 5-minute chat with her, like present her work, what she does outside of clinical psychology, like apart from consultancy, she does other things as well. So I think it's going to be super interesting. I hope it will be insightful and useful. We have different kind of profiles in terms of experience in this small community. Like we have very experienced developers, we have like the mid-tier in terms of experience, and we have like very early beginners, let's say. And some are just enthusiasts, they're not yet developers, but I guess they still have a professional, well, they have a job already, so they are professional in other fields. Yeah, but I know programming in general is prone to burnouts. So let's talk about that. Maybe find ways. You're not a newbie, Strands. Stop it. I'm definitely not a newbie. Yeah. Yeah, please shoot as many questions as you have. Those, like, you can create a thread in this here in mental health. You'll find the message. Yeah, it's gonna be super useful. Okay, and can have the chat back up now. Sometimes I reflect if I can continue working as a dev my full career, being how stressful it can be. Yeah, I have that at least once a year. For real. At least once a year. But that's also part of the reason I prefer my freelance status at the moment. Like, you have very stressful moments. I think that's partly an issue with project management, with estimates to start with, and with contingencies that are not put in place, and also communication with the client, education. The client's education is not done properly. It's super hard when you're in a world where everything is pretty much linear and works with calendar time, to understand how software development works. Like, it's a super technical stuff, but just like painting, which is super technical, but it's art, you're creating something new, and it can take time. Also, programming, it's not like you put X amount of effort and you get Y results. You can put as much effort as you've put in. It might be unfair, but if you haven't done the right things yet, it's not going to work. You have to keep putting in effort, which also means time, until you reach a solution that fixes the problem, that solves the problem that you have. So it's an area of tension that I've noticed between dev teams and non-programming savvy clients, which is most clients, to be honest. At some companies, not that I haven't worked there, but I've heard from friends and different contacts that some large projects now in certain companies, certain regions, have a different approach to development, priorities in terms of features and all that. They have a close follow-up and all that, but there's no set calendar deadline date, right? Which makes more sense from a programming perspective. On the other side, some projects need to be shipped at X date because of X event, or, you know. But yeah, we can, that, I don't know, if you guys have a client that was not programming savvy at the time, or who is still not, we could have a conversation between that person and maybe a project manager or something like this. Could be interesting as well. You won't on Twitch calling 911. Yep. Oh, by the way, we have channel points. We forgot about these. Let's see if they work. Yeah, they work. Yeah. Yeah, we could have the trivia thing and all that, but yeah. All right. And if you have ideas for topics, most welcome. You can suggest them directly on Discord. Just let me know. And if you have like a suggestion for a topic and you have a guest that could join in, that's even better. Or if you want to be the guest and you want to come talk about that topic, most welcome. Strengths, maybe discovering JavaScript game development. It could be interesting. I don't know, you tell me. Yeah, I have one client right now. Sometimes I just want to put him, then I remind myself the jail time. Yeah, okay, well, you know that's going to be in the replay. Yeah, we know you're joking. Twitch, he's joking. It's all good. Nothing's gonna happen. Okay, we're good. Yeah. Okay, let's mention something else maybe to not just end on that. We know you're kidding, but you know how Twitch can be like super sensitive, so I don't know if they're sensitive to those kind of jokes. I have no idea. So you should definitely come on stream and tell us about it, unless maybe you'll have your own stream, something like this coming up soon. No? Yes? Yeah, please say yes. Oh, come on. Wasn't that a request of your client? Yeah, but I can understand, like, you know, it's doing some new kind of development plus doing something new entirely, streaming, not the best. But yeah, you should definitely come on stream and, you know, maybe once a week show us the progress. Oh yeah, so the stream would slowly turn into some kind of talk show, let's say, where I have different sections, but we also have a section for you friends, like the platformer update. We should create a jingle and all that. If anyone knows how to create short like video jingles for streams I can use on OBS, most welcome. But yeah, I mean the idea was good but the execution was terrible. What do you mean? Are you talking about the game or the stream? I can close this and this and this. Me streaming. Have you tried yet? It can't be terrible if you haven't tried. And you've seen how special my beginnings were. Well, still not amazing now, but getting there eventually with some more brain space available. But yeah. Okay, we have 3 viewers. Potentially my feedback on my phone is one of them. So we're actually a total of 3 including the streamer. Do we want to raid someone? I was thinking I wouldn't raid anyone, but I changed my mind. So Twitch directory, right? Let's humor someone. Okay, yeah, that works. Wait, I received a message. Hello. You account, yes. So live channels. Whoa, there are things we don't want to see. Ooh. Let's yeah, Jesus and friends and everyone, we needed help there. I guess software game development. I don't know how, you know, sometimes people get banned for nudity or whatever, but then we saw what we saw. Twitch, don't ban me, it's your own previews, okay? Yeah, newborn, don't look at these. None of us look at these, okay? Low to high. To change the regulations since last time. Really? The more you know. Still, let's keep it for everyone to be able to watch, right? Okay. Okay with this now for 24 hours. What do you mean? They're changing their minds again? Unity was what? She's the lady we saw, she was like not really dressed. What? What's happening? Are they like whatever, Twitch? New Twitch game in the making. I think we'll go there. And then they backtracked and made. So they were not in, then they were fully in, but now they're somehow in, but not really. I don't know what this person is developing, what kind of game, but we'll go there with proper tags. Okay. Well, raid. I can't type. Okay, 2 viewers going to raid stock and color. Okay, before we raid, remember the raid emote. If you have it, we use it in the chat over there. See you on the other side. Bye.
Oh, wow, thanks for the raid, Boily. Appreciate it. Welcome to my channel. I am just trying to help.